All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kodash, the blessings to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, Shalom to the elect which in this word in truth and in sincerity, with hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son. He so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the MOTB. The serpent juice is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, indwelling called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as it is written. So I'm going to go straight into this lesson, and this is just going to be a quick little snippet on certain things that are transpiring due to the events taking place right now between Gaza, Israel, and Iran. And we have been speaking about this for a while now, before it reached where it is at, But you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they didn't hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Hashem Shai. When He sent us out there to be there to the marriage, He made excuses. You scoff, you mock, you laugh. But who give ear unto the word that was being spoken, Telling you about the perilous times to come, telling you about the sedition, the civil unrest, telling you about the famine, telling you about the various destruction that Yahweh Hashem Shai is going to bring upon the earth. But no one listened. But the servants of Yahweh Hashem Shai, the elect, everybody carry on in a way that is not profitable, believing that they're living when they're dead. Because them lack understanding, Scripture says when people are destroyed for the lack of understanding. That's why even until this day they are still in the congregation of the dead, following after dead works, things that profit them not, things that will lead to their destruction. But our job is not to go out there to convince them of these things. Our job is to go out there to declare the truth. And Yahweh Hashem Shai will open the minds of the simple and make them have quick understanding, So I'm going to bring forth this precept and I'm going to run these two clips just to give you a synopsis of what's going on, because this is what's being reported on heavily. Right now, no matter which alternative news media outlets, it's the conflict between Israel and Iran. That's what's being talked about now. It's like the Russia-Ukraine war, proxy war, not taking place. So this is Joel 3 verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is what you see taking place, War is being prepared. The Lord will work on the minds of the kings, That's why every treaty, whether I want to be nuclear treaty, you see me? You have another treaty about skies, open skies or something else, I forgot. But all of the treaties are being disannulled. Everybody, what do call it now? A fend for themselves. Developing various May I do a video? So as I say, them not have a clue what's to come, So let's take a look on this clip and we'll just continue from there.
Will was only a matter of time before the Zionists and the AIPAC lobby and the controlled members of Congress would call for boots on the ground in Iran. Yes, Americans will die to fight Iran, and you will like it, says Senator Lindsey Graham. Watch.
Can you guarantee that? Can President Trump in any form, can you make the commitment that this would not lead to a longer war?
I can guarantee you that if the Ayatollah gets a nuclear weapon, he will use it. I believe that with all my heart and soul. So the men and women who serve, they're the ones going, not people answering a poll. And if you ask them, would you be willing to risk your life to stop the Ayatollah from having a nuclear weapon? All of them would say yes, because it makes their country, our country, safer. So we live in a world where you got to confront problems. You want to avoid World War III? Learn the lessons from World War II. People in World War II appeased Hitler to the point that it got so much out of hand, we had a world war and 60 million people got killed. So we live in a world where you pay now or you pay later. Let's stop this threat before he gets a nuclear weapon. Let's end this reign of terror. Let's do it now. It's not going to take 20 months, but I can't guarantee you your freedom and your safety unless we're willing to fight for it. I can guarantee you this. If we don't fight for our freedom, we will lose it.
Yeah, well, Senator.
Yeah, so World War II, the lesson from World War II, create a false flag in Pearl Harbor, allow us to get dragged into this war when Japan had multiple times ahead of that offered negotiated peace. So maybe we could learn that lesson from World War II instead of 60 million people dying.
And here's another lesson we could learn from, Libya, Iraq, Somalia, Syria, Afghanistan, Serbia, Panama. All of those were military operations based on lies. Also, he is asking us to trust him that Iran would have. This will now be the justification going forward. It would have happened. You are asked to swallow that big line of shit in order to justify. So it's a hypothetical that will never need to be proved. No, never. So you can swallow that if you want to. That is what they're asking for. This is something Philip says all the time. You can't prove a negative.
Yeah.
You can't prove this would. This is a Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It's like one world in which Iran does. We are in the world in which Iran does not. But they're asking us to believe both things simultaneously.
Well, and if you listen to the Mockingbird media right now, of course, the Mockingbird media absolutely wants you to be dragged into this war. We are vehemently anti-war on this show. And so you're going to see this. I mean, it doesn't matter what legacy media you're watching right now. They want this war. So here's the latest. Sources say Trump has already decided to go to war with Iran. He's already made this decision, although he's playing like in front of the cameras. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to attack more nuclear sites. I don't know. The U.S. could strike as soon as tomorrow. The third U.S. aircraft carrier is now heading off the coast of Israel, heading to the coast of Israel. Americans are being told, get out of Israel right now. Israeli Ambassador Mike Huckabee posting this urgent notice. American citizens wanting to leave Israel. U.S. Embassy in Israel is working on evacuation flights and cruise ship departures. You must enroll at the Smart Travel Enrollment Program. You will be alerted with updates. The U.S. has already evacuated the Al Udeid air base in Qatar, one of the largest U.S. military bases in the Middle East. They are preparing for war, evacuating military bases within range of Iranian missiles. Moscow.
How can they get them out when...
Plus, the place is mentioned in
range of Iranian missiles. Moscow.
How can they get them out when all flights are grounded out of Israel?
That's out of Qatar.
Well, I read an
Moscow.
article last night I read an article last night that Netanyahu wasn't letting people leave, and so the only people with money to get cruise ships were actually getting out.
That's true. We've reported that in the newsletter, that no flights are allowed out of Tel Aviv. So I guess Americans get exceptions?
Maybe American flights orchestrated by the State Department, U.S. State Department.
So that is just one clip. Listen to this one.
The missiles are flying. We have people being locked out of bunkers across the Middle East. Iran is working to close down the entire strait that's going to cease oil transport through the region. We have tankers on fire, and now they have fired one of their largest ever seen missiles. It looks like an intercontinental ballistic missile of sorts. And we have Russia saying that they will not aid Iran with defense capabilities against the United States of America. unless a new deal is brokered between Russia and Iran. You're watching Full Spectrum Survival. We are bringing you breaking and leading information about the war that is going on right now. There is so much to cover. I want to get right to it, including what is being said by President Trump. Let's listen up.
Enrichment center, is that a prerequisite for a deal? Is that a red line?
No, it's just something that people talk about having. We're the only ones that have the capability to do it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it at all. You know, we have the best military equipment in the world. You see that with this fight. We have planes that are undetectable, flying around like, you know, nobody's able to see them stealth. You guys want to be stealth.
I want to point out one thing very closely here. There's a lot of rumors and information circling around the internet right now that Trump has something wrong with him. Now, they say that his right hand is swollen and it has marks of an IV, an intravenous line or a drip that is going into him. They say it's something big, but that the United States of America cannot afford right now to appear weak. Now, I want to look, I didn't really believe it. I thought maybe it was a little bit of a doctored image, but look at how Trump is guarding his hand right here in this. And you can see a little bit of swelling, actually.
We have planes that are undetectable, flying around like, you know, nobody's able to see them stealth. You guys want to be stealthy tonight. You know, you can be stealth, you'll never lose, right?
So he's very guarded in how he is showing the camera his hand. I don't know what's up with it. If you guys have information, please put it down in the message box, in the comment box below. All right, let's see what else is going on. Not only does he say we have the best capability to wipe out the Iranian administration, they are also right now saying...
So stop. Take a step back and analyze what just gets said in these two various videos. You see me? If you look on the posture of the first man who speak, their mindset is towards war. And the thing is, it's not even their decision. It's written in Proverbs. Let me get that. Proverbs 21. Verse 1. The king's heart is in the hands of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So this is what you see being done now. But what people fail to understand is them just say the conflict, them say what going happen through the conflict. Let me paint a picture for you. You know? Which I will come right back around to the RFID microchip. Alright, so right now you have this tension, you know. At any time, them can push a false flag, say it's a terrorist act, you know. Just as in 9/11 where them get the Patriot bill where them could have spy on their own citizen. You have more draconian measures being implemented. More measures under the guise of safety and protection. You know? So them are going to start check and monitor things. Them want to know who and who is who. And in that, with that amount of control, it's going to be just a matter of time for them to push the ship. Because people look on destabilization right now and them don't even have a clue, yo. So right now the Lord have put it in their minds to go to war. Because them themselves don't want to go fight a war. You know? But the Lord have put it within their spirit to go and fight that war. When you read the 2 Ezra 16, verse 18, it read, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. And one of the reasons why the powers stand in fear is because of what? These devices that they have built, these ICBM missiles that are capable of carrying multiple nuclear warheads. So that's why they're in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? The thing is, we know who's bringing these evils, yo. And his name is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. As it is written in Amos 3 verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and I, the Lord, have not done it? So the Lord will bring this evil. And Him send us out there in the highways and byways to warn you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to trust in Him, because He's about to rise up to the prey. So I hope this is edifying. It was just 2 clips that I saw and I wanted to attack at the same time. So what I want to say, Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kodesh, Shalom.